What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It is the King and I Life podcast, hosted by myself, Soul Toucher the Poet, and my brother, Son Soul X, in his joint. Check it out. Hit us up, www.kingandilife.com, for all our podcast info. Subscribe to whatever podcast platform that you choose. Also, hit us up, KINGANDEYE369@gmail.com. Email us your suggestions, your feedback, and all that good stuff. Tune in to us live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter, Wednesdays, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And make sure you like, subscribe, and share, because we are all over all those social media platforms. Stay tuned for the good stuff. Yeah, we out. For the most part, get pushed to the side, and you know, that's separating the art from the artist. And it's like, why are we so okay with that? You know, I know I use those three as an example, but I'm looking at the bigger picture, and it's like, why are we okay with separating the art from the artist?
I think, oh man, again, it goes back to our conditioning as far as like the type of people we've basically been raised to be, which is, again, forgiving and tolerant, and you know, we're all human and we all have flaws and all of that.
Interesting.
So when we're basically taught from an early age how to think like that, as adults, we still carry that same thinking to a certain degree. And I can't say all of us, but again, like with the R. Kelly situation, right? There's still a small group of people who feel like he's innocent, and you know, they don't give a damn what the court system has said or the public opinion has said. They still love R. Kelly because the gift and the influence that his gift had on them in their lives. Again, they're totally negating the facts, or the facts we've been presented with, for whatever reason. And the only reason I say Johnny Depp is I'm just basing it off of public opinion, you know. When it comes down to public opinion, for some reason, we love to throw, again, gasoline on sparks within our community. It's crazy to me why we do that, but for whatever reason, we do. Another thing that kind of bothers me, though, is, and again, I'm not bringing in any other races of people into the conversation, but as far as our community, why is it that we're always on Front Street when others are not? Don't that seem kind of odd, though?
No, it don't seem kind of odd to me. You know, stuff like that is never odd to me. It's never ever. As I've gotten older, like when I was younger, I used to think, oh, that's messed up, that's messed up, and I used to think it was messed up to the highest degree. But as I've gotten older, I don't think it's messed up. I think it's stupidity on the part, or lack of good judgment on the part of us, our culture, our people, because if we know that the that the forces of nature are against us, why try to make it a point to buck the system, so to speak. And what I mean by that is if you are a person of darker skin, whether you're Hispanic, black, whatever you want to call yourself, if you know that if you do certain things, a negative limelight is going to be put on you, why keep perpetuating the stereotype over and over and over and over again? Why not operate in a manner in which they can look at you, but they can't figure you out? And what I mean directly by that is I can put myself in a situation and put some of my peers in the same situation. I don't do drugs. I don't gangbang. I don't steal. I don't do. I'm not. You don't see me on social media acting an ass. And why is because I have self dignity, self respect, pride, and all these things about myself that I don't want to be seen in that kind of light by anyone. I don't care what color their skin is. I don't want to be seen like that by anyone. And I also have the sense of the presence of mind to want to succeed and do other things. So the way I move through life, it keeps me out of certain spotlights. It keeps me out of jail. It keeps me from being stagnant in life. Now, I can look at some of my peers who maybe are alcoholics or drug addicts, or they like to show their ass on social media. They like to um, act their color and not their age and stuff like that. And it's like you already know how this is. Or you already know how things go. So why put yourself out there in a manner in which if you do something, all eyes gonna be on you? Why even put yourself out there like that when you know if we do it, that's what it's going to be, and if they do it, more than likely it's going to be a different spin on it. So it's like if we know that's what's going to happen, then stop doing the dumb shit. That's how I look at that.
I agree with you. Again, when you're a celebrity, you are always in the limelight, even when you aren't in the limelight.
True.
So your actions, um, they're a lot more scrutinized than the average person. Like, I remember one time there's a celebrity who walked into a public bathroom without any shoes on. I'm not even gonna say their
Mm.
name, but anyway, that made national fucking headlines.
Right.
The average person would have did that. They wouldn't have made any kind of news whatsoever.
Mm.
So when you're in that space, again, of being a celebrity, everything you do is under a microscope, damn near. So yes, placing yourself in harm's way by making bad decisions, meaning, you know, driving while intoxicated and doing drugs in a public arena, or being out higher than a kite where people can take pictures of you. And yeah, but I think that's all a part of the persona of being a celebrity. People expect for you to be a hard partier, or to make reckless decisions. There's no excuse for it. And I agree with you that, again, you should use better judgment. But it's kind of like one of those things that go hand in hand for some celebrities. They're just expected to get in trouble for some fucking reason. I don't know why. But being smart and how you conduct yourself and carry yourself is definitely a big part of you as an individual. And when you place yourselves into, again, harm's way by doing things, that are considered breaking the law or um, morally incorrect, then yes, you're gonna catch that heat from it. That's just the fact of it. Like they say, Prince died of drugs. I still don't know if I quite believe that. Simply because this is a man who never really put anything of foul substance in his body. When it came down to his eating regimen, this guy would eat crackers and damn bread and drink water. So you're telling
But you
me
don't know
that
what he was doing. But you don't know what he was doing behind the scenes.
it doesn't add up, though? Think about it. If you
Nothing
if you
adds up.
won't eat foul shit, but you'll put drugs in your body, that
I know a lot of people who do
that
that dumb
doesn't
shit.
add up.
I know a lot of people who do that dumb shit. They won't. They won't. They'll be vegan. They'll drink water. They won't eat fried foods. They won't do this. They won't do that. But they'll sniff a line of coke. It's like, what sense does that make? Oh, they won't do. They won't smoke weed. They won't sniff crack. They won't do this. They won't drink. But they pop in prescription pills like it's candy. People do it every day. So, um, I can't subscribe to it. Don't make sense because I don't know exactly what these people, Prince, Whitney Houston, blah blah, whoever. I'm not gonna sit here and say I can't believe it or it doesn't make sense. Um, because I have if I bring it all back to the topic at hand, it's like, okay, this person is said to have done this. This person is said to have done this, and this.
Allegedly.
I I don't look at anything. I don't look at anything as a coincidence. You are doing something for X, Y, and Z to have happened, or the outcome is what it is. Um, just like you said about R. Kelly, you believe some of it, but you don't believe all of it. Doesn't matter. It happened. When it comes to Prince, you may not agree. He was Jehovah Witness. He did this. He did that. He's been a Jehovah's Witness his whole goddamn life, but he was still making the music that he was making way back in the day until he got to the point where, oh, I don't want to do this anymore because I'm Jehovah Witness. So Whitney Houston grew up in the church, but yet she was a drug addict. Bill Cosby supposed to be this big role model, this, that, and the other, but he was doing all this other stuff. Um, so nothing is a coincidence to me. Not very many things are conspiracies to me because when I look at these things, especially when we're talking about separating the art from the artist, it's like if this is what your life is, then that's what your life is. And for me, it's like if that's what your life is, I have to rethink my my the energy that I put into this person's whatever, because it's like, why am I celebrating this person in this area of their life and ignoring the negative stuff that they are doing or have done? I just I can't sit there and be like, well, I don't believe some of it and this, that, and other, because where there is smoke, there is fire. And again, if you just throw all the celebrity out the window, if you look at the people who are next to you and you know that person did some foul stuff, are you going to sit there and be like, damn, I know they did some foul stuff, but that's my boy right there. I got to rock with my man. Or that's my cousin, or that's my sister, that's my aunt, that's my mother, that's my father. I know they did some foul shit, but I'm still going to rock with them.
In the cases where we have evidence of this person being what they being accused of, meaning, take for example Whitney Houston. We know Whitney Houston was seen in the spotlight many a times under the influence of drugs and did an interview talking about crack and shit, right? Um, the case with Prince. How many times was he arrested for narcotics? How many times did we see him in a public arena under the influence? How many times did we see him with mug shots being arrested for narcotics? How many times did we catch wind of him being with drug dealers and so on and so forth? That's why I'm saying I just find it hard to believe. But anyway, the whole thing about this, right? We tend to forgive people um, simply because of our circumstances. How you're saying, this is my boy and we came up together and I'm going to rock with him, or this is my cousin, auntie, whatever the case may be. Yes, that may be your homie or your blood relative, but you still can't negate the damn facts. If this person is accused of running over someone with their car on purpose, he may still be your boy, but he still ran over somebody with a freaking car. So how can you get around the facts? And I think again that's where we have our biggest problem. We want to look at this person's past history and say, well, they did this, and this. Um, so if they do this one thing that was bad, I can't disregard all the good things that they did. And I think that's where all the conflicts comes in within our community.
Well, as far as Prince, of course, you wasn't gonna see it with no drug dealers or this, that, and the other because he was on prescription pills. That's what they say. Um, but I, but that's kind of too far in the weeds for me. Um, and for a lot of these things, I like to stay on the surface because it just, for me, a lot of things are black and white. Um, and again, if I can erase the celebrity of certain things, certain people, or whatever, and bring it down to people that I actually interact with. Um, I look at it from a different view because if I know of a person who, let's just say, rapes women or molests young girls or something like that, and they are a highly decorated soldier or a highly decorated police officer or whatever the case may be, I'm not going to look at them as a great person because I know the foul stuff that you do behind closed doors. I can't give you those props. So I can't separate the art from the artist, so to speak. Um, even if I knew even if I had a partner that's a rapper or a singer, maybe he ain't blow up yet, but he does his thing and he's good at what he do. But I know he sells drugs to pregnant women. I can't separate the art from the artist. I can't because it's like, yo, why are you doing that? Oh, because it's money and blah 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 and this that and other. So you're willing to destroy people's lives in order for you to come up, and that's what I'm talking about. Like I can't separate the art from the artist. If I do a homie that was rapping or singing or acting and they were beating on women, I can't separate the art from the artist because it's like, damn, you a dope ass actor, singer, rapper, whatever the case may be, but you beating on women. I can't I can't even look at that how we were brought up as a culture and we're so forgiving and it's that I can't even look at that because I'm looking at what's right in front of my face. Yo, you are literally beating on women or molesting young girls or abusing kids or selling drugs to people I cannot separate you from your art. You are the full embodiment of what you do. So for me, it's like I can't even listen to your music because I see what the hell you do. I see what you do. I know you do it. You might not have been tried in the court of law. You may have not have been tried in the court of public opinion, or maybe you have. But in either case, because I know that you do that, I'm not separating you from your art.
I get what you're saying. I can't disagree with it when you put it like that. It's I have no argument. I really don't. Before we start this discussion, um, I could view it as separating an artist from his art.
Mm-hmm.
But the more we talk about it and discuss it, just using common sense, you really can't. Simply because someone who's, again, committed a crime, they committed a crime. Whether they did it on a national level or a local level, they still committed a crime.
Mm-hmm.
And
I don't.
go ahead.
Go ahead. Go ahead. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I just think that it's one of those situations where people are going to fall on both sides of the the debate, I guess you can say, or the line. Meaning, there are always
Mm-hmm.
going to be people who are going to admire those people, those celebrities, regardless of what they've
Mm-hmm.
done. And then there are going to be those, of course, who say, I don't give a damn what you have done or how many people you touch through your music or your art. You still committed a crime.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess that's just what it is. Thin line between love and hate, right?
Right. Um, what I was going to say is I don't want to come off as a hypocrite because I know there are artists, whatever profession they're in, or athletes, or whatever the case, politicians or whatever. I know there are some who out there who did have done something, and I still follow them, or whatever the case may be. But in this conversation, I'm looking at the extremes. Um, like R. Kelly extreme. Um, Sheila Dixon. I know you probably don't know who Sheila Dixon is, who's used to be a mayor of Baltimore who got caught up. Um, um, oh God, it was another black female mayor of Baltimore who got caught up. Um, you know, there's so many of our people who get caught up, and I'm saying stuff that they've actually done. Forget public opinion and law and all that. Forget all of that. Just the stuff that we know that they've done that's wrong, and they act like it's nothing. And I think that's the part that gets me more about it is they act like it's nothing, and it's like, no, you did something. And what you did, not only does it make you look bad, it makes us look bad. It makes it harder for us to get places. It gives the wrong idea to the younger people because they follow the same nonsense, get caught up in the same thing, and they're acting like, oh, well, I didn't do nothing wrong. And it's like, what about what you did you think was right? And you're coming off as if it wasn't that serious. And now we have this vicious cycle of our people doing the same messed up things. And it's like, we're okay just accepting it because that's what we do.
I don't know if I can. I think it's human nature
It is human nature, and I think it's crazy.
because there are so many, people who have done things, and in their eyes, they don't see what they did wrong. and you try to explain it to them, and they, for some reason, they just don't get it. It's kind of like a poor little rich kid. He ran over somebody with his daddy's Ferrari, and how many times have we seen situations where poor little rich kids get off?
Right.
They,
Oh, I didn't do nothing. Oh, let me throw some money at it and poof, be gone.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like how it is for celebrities. Poor little
Yeah,
rich
and I think
celebrities.
I think it's foul. And you know, like Black Man Unfiltered was like in the black, for the black community. But if you look across the board, I don't care what the percentages is of black, white, whatever. I don't care. That that has no impact on my thought process. My problem is it happens so much and it's so accepted that it's never going to stop. And in the way that things are set up is like, oh well, you did this, I'm gonna slap you on your wrist. You did this, I'm gonna crucify you. Or, you know, y'all did this, but hey, you're a great basketball player, you're a great singer, you're a great rapper, you're a great actor. So I'm gonna say, yeah, you're a messed up person, but I love your movies. I love your music. I love what you did on the court. I love what you did on the field.
It's kind of like one of those things of, how can I put this? When you gotta call a spade a spade. What it comes down to, you gotta call a spade a spade. Unfortunately, in so many situations, though, there have been people locked up for doing things they weren't even on that side of town when it went down. They had no idea what's going on. And it's kind of like, how many celebrities have actually gotten caught up in situations like that, though? We'll never know.
Yeah, I mean,
It's all about accusations. It don't have to be the truth. It's an accusation. So it's kind of like you're guilty before you're even gone to court about it.
but if you did it, you did it.
True that. True that.
And if the general population says, "Oh, it's still a big deal. I'm still going to listen to your music. I'm still going to watch your music. I'm still going to watch your next game." I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's a very sensitive situation when it comes down to how some people view celebrities. Like, they damn near view them as gods for whatever reason,
Yeah.
even though they put their pants on the same way you do. There's one thing I do have an issue with, though, right? Because when we say, or we find these celebrities in these situations where you make us all look bad, I don't prescribe to that. You don't make us all look
No,
bad.
I don't.
You make yourself look bad.
Oh yeah, I'm not even looking at it from that aspect. I'm just looking at it from what they did
Right.
and how the general population looks at what they did as if it's not a big deal. That's what I'm looking at.
Yeah.
Just like, the Joker said, "Oh, I grabbed him by the pussies and became president." I'm like, why is that okay?
Yeah.
What about that is okay? But because y'all like him so much, y'all ignored that. And it's like, that is so foul on so many levels. But it's like, oh, so what, he said that. It's not a big deal. We want him to be the president. No, it's no, no. And I wanted to throw that in there so it's not like we're picking on our people. It's like, again, it's across the board. And it's like, again, why are we separating the art from the artist? I don't care what profession you're in. Why are we doing this? Why is it okay?
Yeah. Long story short, it's not.
Right.
And it's just something we like to say. Opinions are like buttholes. Everybody's got one, right? So
Pretty much. Yep.
you gotta pick your poison, I guess.
Yeah. 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 Pretty much. But hey, that's what we got on that topic. Again, I'd be interested in seeing where that conversation went on Black Man Unfiltered Network. It's a tough one. It is a tough one. And like I said, I don't want to sound like a hypocrite because I know there are people out there who do stuff and I still watch the movies that they're in, blah, blah, blah. But I think it's the extreme stuff. I mean, as the church people say, no sin is greater than the other. Um, I don't know.
Oh, oh.
I'm
Oh,
gonna leave it
I
right
almost
there.
said something. I
I'm
almost said something. I'm gonna let it go. I'm gonna let it go.
I'm gonna leave it at there. I'm gonna leave it at there. It's your boy, Soul Toucher the Poet, my
It's
brother.
on Solex.
Hey, we'll catch you on the next one.
For sure.
We might revisit this later, but for now, that's what we got.
Hey, on,
We'll
on, on
holler at y'all.
YouTube though, you guys leave comments. I'm kind of curious to see what you guys have to say on this one.
Yeah.
Again, hit the like, share, and subscribe. Um, we thank all the people who have, you know, tuned in to us and hit the like, share, and subscribe. We appreciate it. And just keep doing what you do.
Yeah. Until next time. And I gotta give a shout out to my girl, It's Michelle Podcast. Where's Laco Mai?
Yeah, she's a trip. Y'all gotta check her out. She's funny as hell to me.
Yeah.
Love her. Love her
Oh
work.
man. Yeah. But yeah, we'll holler at y'all. Deuces.
To the truthers.